Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue, black, and silver trunks. He weighed in at 226 pounds. A veteran of 34 professional bouts. He comes from Rochester, New York. Here is Jermell, the Truth Barnes. His opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue trunks with the white trim. He weighed in at 236 pounds. He is undefeated in his professional career. 16 wins, no losses, with 6 wins by way of knockout. He comes from Atlanta, Georgia. Here is Kevin Kingpin Johnson. 8 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. Referee Telis Alsaminos with the instruction.
Kevin Johnson and Jermell Barnes come together in the center of the ring to get their instructions.
In the dressing room, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Your belt's looking good. Anything below here is a low blow. Shake hands. God bless.
And you get a look at the tail of the tape. You see the unbeaten record, unblemished, is Johnson. 6'3". He's got a height advantage, 10 pounds heavier, and also the younger of the two fighters. And set for round number 1 of a scheduled 10-rounder. Kevin Johnson in the dark blue trunks. Jermell the Truth Barnes in the light blue trunks with the black trim. The Kingpin, the nickname of Kevin Johnson. So far, he's been every bit of that, as he is yet to be defeated. Only 6 knockouts, though. Maybe an indicator, Glenn, that he's not a huge puncher in this heavyweight division. Not this big, though.
Yeah, he's a finesse boxer. You see, he drop his hand. He have a good angle. So even though he got his hand down, he's still defensively. He's still in a good position because he's showing the shoulder, and that's a good defensive move if you're not fighting a guy that's taller than you.
Kind of a Floyd Mayweather move. Quick snapping jab there. Had some sting on it for Kevin Johnson. Early on, dictating the pace here. The right hand behind the jab looked pretty also.
Yeah, he got good skills. He got snappy punches, and that is what you like to see from a fighter.
They wrestle here in the early stages of round number 1, scheduled 10-rounder. Again, you see the evidence, the quickness of that jab, kind of a pile driver shot from the Kingpin, Kevin Johnson. Misses with a left hook, but doesn't pay the price as Jermell Barnes unable to capitalize.
Well, now he's laying in. He's taking his time. He's being calm. He's getting ready to throw a jab right hand. You could see him setting it up. You could look at him. He throw a left hook right there. Nice. He got good speed. Now all you have to do is settle down and put some power behind that.
But Kevin Johnson appears confident in the first stanza here of our scheduled 10-rounder. He has good reason. All you had to do is look at the resume of Jermell Barnes. He has lost 8 of his last 10 fights, and the other 2 were draws. So this is a guy that hasn't tasted victory, hasn't been in the winner's circle for a long time. In tough tonight. Good left hook to the body. Hammers home the point here that Kevin Johnson is the superior fighter in the opening moments of this bout. Quick pace to this first round for Kevin Johnson. Barnes tries to make a statement as Johnson backed up against the ropes. Inside 30 seconds to go, round number 1.
Don't be on the head, please. Don't be on the head. Let's go. Box.
Referee separates the two fighters, puts them back in the center of the ring. Good opening statement here, though, for Kevin Johnson. And you see the quickness and the power behind his shots. Good combination. 1-2. 10 seconds to go. Round number 1. Impressive frame here to open up for Johnson.
Hey, come on. Come back behind the head now. Let's go.
To follow Kevin Johnson back to his corner, and he distinguished your name very well in that first round, Glenn.
Well, he's using a weapon that I like very well, which is the jab. You know, that's the rangefinder. It set everything else up. But Kevin do a little slapping punches at the end there. You know, he look fast and flashy, but they're not really effective.
Appears very calm and collected in his corner as he gets some instruction. coming out for round number 2.
Here you're going to see Johnson using the jab, and he's using the jab, boom, right, good right hand behind it, and he just go back and do the same thing in another sequence, and he's doing it over and over. He's throwing his jab, the best weapon in boxing.
Round 2 for a scheduled 10-rounder in the heavyweight division. Kevin Johnson in the dark blue trunks with the white stripe. Jermell Barnes with a record of 18-14-2 coming into this one, but somewhat quizzical as he's been on the downslide, as we mentioned. In his last 10 fights, hasn't had a victory. He's wearing the lighter blue trunks with the black trim. Series of stinging jabs there in round number 1 dictated the pace for Kevin Johnson. And he also showed us some flurries in combination. A very impressive opening to this scheduled 10-round fight.
Well, Kevin came out a little bit serious in this round. He kind of put the flash to rest. He's going to step up in the pocket, using his defense, trying to lower the opponent closer to him so he can throw a combination. But his opponent didn't fall for it, so he go back to the outside and using his jab right hand again.
Budding jab now starting to score and make its mark on Jermell Barnes' face. It's almost target practice here as he's peppering Barnes in round number 2 with that jab, almost using it exclusively.
Big right hand to the body, left hook again to the top, and I think there's a cut after that punch.
Barnes appears to be measured by Kevin Johnson. Seems to be waiting to throw that right hand, and when he does unload, it's been effective. For a guy that doesn't have a reputation as a big puncher, he's throwing some howitzer shots here in round number 2. Jermell Barnes against the ropes, offering nothing back in terms of resistance, and you can see some of the starch taken out of the legs of Barnes already in this second round as we're approaching the 2-minute mark of round number 2.
Well, Barnes, his offense, you know, he have nothing to make Johnson have any fear. He have nothing. His offense is absolutely no threat, and that's a comfort zone for Johnson. And Johnson just laying on the ropes right now, talking to people on the side of the ring, not have no worries, not being in any danger whatsoever.
He's posing for pictures almost in Ali-like fashion, talking to some people around the ring as if to say, okay, don't worry, you're going to see something happen here quickly. Barnes offering very little resistance, trying to come forward now, but not much steam on those punches. The stuff he's tasting, though, has a lot of juice on it. A good combination here as Kevin Johnson opens up. Barnes in a bit of trouble. Johnson dancing. Johnson throwing bombs. Showing some footwork. 10 seconds to go, round number 2, and it's all Kevin Johnson here at the Hard Rock. Johnson appeared poised to make a statement there from about the midway point of round number 2 after he finished posing for the photographer's Glenn, and he certainly came on and impressed us.
Well, he's showing some flashy punches and fancy footwork, but you have a guy that's not threatening in front of you, and you should make a statement. You know, this is heavyweight boxing. You need to step up and go ahead and close the show.
Your favorite weapon, the jab, in good use here.
Yeah, he's using his jab right here. He's setting it up, and he's trying to throw the right hand. It went to the body, and if Johnson should just step in right here and throw a shot, there you go. He throw the good body shot. Now he's on the attack, but he's showing more footwork than handwork.
Here's round number 3. Kevin Johnson unbeaten, 16-0, 6 knockouts on his resume. Dominating the action so far. Came on very strongly in the second half of round number 2. Neither fighter's been down. Trying to detect if there is blood flowing from a cut on the face of Jermell Barnes. If there is, the corner doing a good job of concealing that and taking it into account so he could come out for round 3. But he appears lethargic. Doesn't seem to have much life in his legs, Jermell Barnes. And Kevin Johnson's taking clear advantage and clear control of this fight.
But Kevin have a great jab, and I really like the way he uses jab. Now, I would like to see him sit down and put other stuff behind the jab, which would be a good right hand, left hook, and some body shot, and get this guy out of here. Now, you don't want a guy like this hanging around too long because it doesn't look good. And, yeah, he's a superior fighter in the ring, but you need to make a statement.
His last fight went the distance. It was a 6-round unanimous decision. He won every round on all 3 scorecards. That came on the 9th of November against Andrew Greeley, not exactly a distinguished name. He did very early on in his career fight a guy that we're familiar with, the brother of the WBO heavyweight champion of the world, the cousin rather, of Sultan Ibragimov, Timur Ibragimov, who also made a name for himself in the heavyweight division before he ran into